Hi everyone. Blimey, it's a white gecko day today, isn't it? Completely. You're going to drown in Sarah's and white gecko-ness. So I'm here just to finish up the crochet along. This is where I have to admit I've not finished mine. The lovely Anne has lent me hers so that I can show you what it looks like when it's finished. So we're just going to go through a few things. It's something that was new to me. It was actually new to me until last night. I've never picked up stitches before, and you wouldn't believe how many times I took it out. And if anybody who knows me, I do not like to pick out stitches or frog stuff back. I'm more likely to fudge it than frog it. So I hope you've all been and had a wee and sorted that out. And you've been watching Sarah. Have you been watching Sarah this morning? She's had 3 shows. 2 of them you would find on Create and Craft themselves. And hi everyone. Linda, long time no see. I've left her over in the shop with a pair of scissors cutting up panels because they're nearly all sold out. Sarah was on Create and Craft at 7 and 12, but at 10 o'clock she goes on Craft Extra, which you can find on where is it, YouTube. If you put in Craft Extra live, it'll bring it up and you can watch her on there. It's not, you can't get it on Create and Craft. It's just completely on YouTube as far as I can work out. It's the only place. So we were watching her on there and they kept going, limited stock. Oh no, that one's sold out. Oh, that one's sold out. Can you get any more of this? This one's sold out, as usual. So she did really well. She looked good too. But pink is one of her colours, I think. So how are you all? Yeah, fab shows they were. It cost you a fortune. Margot, we are really, really grateful. Thank you. It's people like you that keep us in business and keep us chattering. Terribly hot, 30 degree. Oh, I long for 30-degree heat waves. Don't you? Or maybe it's a bit hot for you. I do enjoy that. I'm feeling much better, thanks, Kate. I had my booster on Monday, and I didn't. When I first had the injections, you know, the 2 first ones that you all had, I was fine on those. I didn't even know I didn't have a sore arm. I was, I've had an injection, but that was about it. My boosters really felt rough. I couldn't warm up on Tuesday at all. I shut the shop a quarter of an hour early because I just thought, no, when was that? Yeah, it must have been Tuesday. Why wasn't Sarah there on Tuesday? She was working from home. So I shut the shop a quarter of an hour early. I have to admit, I put my hands up. I threw my mother and Anne out of the shop and said, I'm closing up. I'm going home. I want the fire on. I was that cold. Okay, so we are doing the crochet along. This is what it's supposed to look like. Okay, this is it finished. I don't know whether it's even going to go back far enough. Do you think maybe we put this on the Argyle charm? I hope I'm not going to pull this out of whack, and I'm really sorry if I do. So, how beautiful is it when it's finished? Mine's still in a bucket. I'll show you mine now. Oh, I've lost the quilt. So that there is the beautiful blanket that we have been making. How cool is that? These are the big ones. So I left you do it. Anne hasn't done the embroidery on the middle, so you can see how beautiful it is even when she didn't do it. I left you doing these, I think. We did those. I remember doing those together, and we were going into this, and these are the ones with the picot. That's where we were going. Well, I've got as far as the green on my picots. We've been so busy. It is gorgeous, isn't it, Debbie? We've been so busy. It's no excuse, but I just haven't had the chance. And I have to apologise, I'm not wearing the dress because I haven't had time for that either. Getting ready, going to Malvern and then having my booster put me out for quite a bit. So unfortunately, that's not done either, okay? And all I can do is apologise. This is my blanket. This is my blanket. It will be like this eventually, but yeah, it's not like that at the moment. So we are putting together, I put one together, so that one, need that one. Where's the other bit? So there it is. Okay, so I'm going to put all these back in there with my other little bits. I'll do, you know, I don't know about you, I don't know whether you've been doing it as well, is I have really enjoyed doing this. I love crochet. For me, it's like dancing with your hand. Knitting, I find, makes me very awkward. I feel like I've got two left hands and all sorts of things. But crochet, I love crochet, and I've loved doing this. It would have been nice to not have anything else to do but this. I know Jill's finished hers, and some of them, it is lovely, isn't it, Eileen? I have to admit, it's not mine, that's Anne's. Jill did offer me hers as well, but Anne turned up at the shop and went, I didn't know whether this would take some of the pressure off. Oh, thank you very much. So, yesterday, the dress, I was talking about the dress. I haven't had time to do that either, unfortunately. I'm useless, honestly. Time-wise, I'm a procrastinator and everything. It will get done. It will be done. I have also been waiting for my new machine to come. I bought a VQ2 at the show, and every delivery man that has turned up, I've gone, it's not my machine. So we're looking for that. Right. With no further ado, my pieces. My pieces are lovely. They look even better when they're a blanket. So I'm going to show you about picking up the stitches. I could only get to 27 about 27 times. And in the end, I looked to see what I was doing wrong. So, which one's overhead? Three. Okay. So as you're going along, we're going to do this side. Okay. Now, if we do this side, I found this side was easier. What they reckon is that your I know I know it's not supposed to be a chore, but when you're on a time thingy, it becomes you know, with all the sewing that you've got to do and all of this, it becomes, you know, I could do with being awake half the night, really. So what they reckon is, according to somebody on YouTube, because you know that I'm a beginner at all this, if you only chained one at the beginning of your rows, you only put one stitch in there. If you've chained two, now I know that here we will have chained 3 or 4. That's where I'm going wrong. Was it a 4? Go back over your pattern and work it out. That might be where it's wrong. Maybe those two are 4s. And that's why I only got to 27. Work out where your chains are. And you're going to put a stitch in each of your chains. Now, I actually didn't put it into the chain. I put it here. And you're going to get a bit of a ridge on the back. There are other ways of doing this. I saw one on YouTube which was a zigzag. of joining. Now I have saved that because I might go back and have a look at that, because that actually gave it a really pretty finish. But before you join some of these pieces together, you need to create a line. So we're going to slip stitch. So I know I brought the ball of wool with me. Did you see where that ended up? Anybody? Oh, there we are. Okay. So I'm looking forward to the next crochet along, because our lovely Beth might be doing it. How cool would that be? Now you've got to use your 4.5 because you want them to be bigger stitches. However, I did find that where I've sewn in my ends, sometimes I was really bad at sewing in the ends. So we just need one that's going to let me in. There we go. So there's my foundation, my first row. So we're going to go in here. So did you watch the Create and Craft programs? I have to admit, I missed the beginning of the first one. I woke up and thought, Sarah. So, okay. So we're going to pull this up like this. No, not like that. Like this. So you're going to pull it up and you want that in there, and you are actually going to create a chain just like we have been before. And then we're going to go along and we want to pick up all the stitches. Now I know that we did three rows. There was the initial row, your foundation row, and then we did our pom-pom row. So I know that in this green I have to pick up 3 stitches. Okay, so you're going to pull your yarn, you pull your loop through, and then you're just going to pull it through. You're not actually creating a stitch. Okay, so find your chain, put your hook in, pull up your yarn so you have 2 on the hook, and then you're going to pull the left hand through the right, so it creates a loop without giving you any height. Okay, so you're gonna, I know there's 1 stitch to go in there, and you want to be picking it up through the V, through the 2 stitches. Okay, like that, and you're going to pull it up. We're going to go along like this, and you're going to pull it up and through. So you're just creating a line for you to use, which is tidier than the thing. Now it did say about working out where your middle was and making sure that the middle and everything, but I think after the 14th time of taking the things out, I realized I wasn't looking at them, so I stopped putting them in, but the instructions do say to put them in. So I know that there is 1 stitch there like that, and I'm guessing, so 1, 2, 3, so were they, I'm guessing they're trebles, so we need to find 3 stitches here because you will have gone up 3. So I'm trying to come in here. If in doubt, put your stitch in the gap rather than in your chain. See, I talk about dancing with my hands. You should see me dance with my feet. I'm about as nimble with my feet as I am with my hands. So, did you see the iron caddies? I was really pleased with those. So 1, 2, 3. I think that one needs 3 as well. So the idea of putting your markers in is that so that it's even. but I found that I was coming through. I'm going to just stick that one in there like that. I think that one needs 3 as well. So I found it really difficult with these. There we go, like that. So where are we in the week? We're Thursday, aren't we? So we're coming up to the weekend. I'm hoping to take my mother out to Marks's this weekend. There was a couple of ladies walking round and we'd say, where did you get your dress from? There were some lovely dresses and a lot of them were Marks's. Other shops are available. However, now that Sue has given me a lesson on sewing dresses and doing patterns, I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to learn how to draft patterns from clothes that I love already. So I asked Dave if I could buy a new sewing machine, and he said stipulation was I had to tidy my craft area, and I wasn't allowed to just buy more storage and hide the stuff that's all over the floor. I wasn't allowed to hide it. I had to actually tidy it. So I'm guessing part of my weekend is going to be tidying that. So do you think that's a 2? A double? I'll put 2 in there. And I think a lot of my problem about not being able to do this is the way that I finish my ends. I think I need to learn to not include anything on the last row, because I've never had to do it like this before. I mean, this is the first time I've been successful in keeping straight edges. I can't tell you how happy that makes me just on its own. You would try and get a 2. I'm rushing here. Not that it seems like I'm rushing, but you know what I mean. I'm trying to work out. Don't know whether there's 3 on there. Let's stick 1 on there. Have you been counting? How many stitches have we got so far? Because I can't do and talk and count. Can you imagine? That's a real brain box, that is. So yeah, I will be spending some time tidying up my craft area. I really should let something go, because I've still got everything from my crafts down there. That's the pink row, and then I think there was only 1 in the green, like that. Okay, so I'm going to count up now. I've got 1. Never know where to count. 1. Well, I know there's 3 there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29! I did it! Ha ha! Look at that! 29, you should have been with me yesterday. 27 I kept getting last time, until that woman said, if it's a 3 chain, you need to put 3 in there. Ha ha! Look at that. So, now we need to put this onto the side. Now you can see I've put 1 on the side. Let me cut this off. Sorry, got very excited then. There's no throwing it away. Grace Ash came to see us. Let it go, let it go. So Grace Ash came to see us in Malvern. She brought me cake and she brought us gin. And she said that she liked the fact that when it went wrong, I just threw it over my shoulder. So there we go. Right. Let's go back to over the thing. There we go. So you can see that they do say in the pattern that this might not work out exact, but as you pull it on and you put the next piece on the top, it will sort itself out. Now this bit is, I think it was 4. This bit is here. Okay, so this the long pieces are number 4. I don't know which way round to go. Are number 4, and then the flower is number 3 and number 4. So we then we're just making these bits here. Okay. Now Anne said when she put it together, they do say to put this together is one of the first things, and then you slot that in, and I think Anne said that works out really well. So this was the first for them to say to put them together. Then you put this together, and I'm assuming then that because that it's a bit like with our patchwork, it's fitting them all together and making sure that they fit, and because they're different sizes, we're not just dealing with squares, it's fitting them all in. Okay, so once you've sewn these together, you will then sew your 9 patch in the middle, and then you're going to fit it in, and it will be easier because you'll know where your corners are, and you'll match your corners and then sew them in, you know. So you're going to pin them in with your stitch markers. You're going to pin them in, and then you will pick up the stitches in between. Okay, and then this, you know, is going to fit on the side. Okay, and then you will fit the other bits in around it. And I have all confidence in you in doing that. So you're going to, so these are the bits that we're doing at the moment, is these bits at the top. So you're going to put these right sides together. You're putting them right sides together? I can't remember now. Yes. Put them right sides together. And you're going to pick up, so you need to work out where your corners are. I think if you'd have read the pattern properly, Sarah, you would have had markers in those. So there's my corner. So that's going to be my first one. Okay, so that's my corner there. And we know that that's my first stitch there. So we're going to go to a 4. I'm going to take our wool. Now, I noticed as well in the pattern, the first time it says to do this, it says pick out your olive. But in the picture, it's definitely your teal, whatever your teal was. So we're going to pick up this stitch, all right, and then you're going to pick up the far side of that one, and we're going to start it with a chain. Now, like I say, there are other ways of doing all this, so you could just oh, maybe that's why it didn't go. So you could join this however you like, but this is how we're doing it. I am on the overhead, aren't I, which is the 3. So we're going to go back into that stitch. I'm going to do it as it was with the when we were doing doubles within this. You always ignored the first chain, so you're going to go in, so you're going through both loops of our both loops of the chain that you've just put on, and the back loop of the flower bit, and you're just doing a double. Okay, so you're going to go into your stitch, and then you're just going to pick up, I think it's the back loop of that one. Hang on a minute, let's put that in the right place like that and pull through, and then you're creating a stitch. Okay, so through your next slip stitch there, go through both and into the back of the next loop on your square, pull through, and then yarn over, pull through two. Okay, so I'm going to do a couple and then have a look at it. So you just got to pick up the next one of those into the next one of those. Where are we? In that one, so I'm going to go into that one there. It's actually the top loop. Yeah, it's actually when you're looking at it, it's the top loop, because as you pull it towards you, you're twisting this end, you're twisting towards you. So you're actually going in the top loop. Okay, so you just keep working your way along. It's quite satisfying that you're at a stage where it's all coming together. Once you've sewn them all together, you're then going to do an edge, and it's just going to work the same. If you saw Sarah's Liliana, I think that one was all done with an edge which just sort of pulls all the edges together, so it won't matter if when you've sewn it it's a little bit wavy, because it will come together. Now they talk about blocking a blanket. Now I've never blocked a blanket. I've never really done no, it's a lie. I've never finished a garment. I have a couple of garments that are started at home, but I've never finished one. So I've never blocked it. But from what I can read and see, your blocking is you damp it. You damp it, your blanket down, and then pin it out to dry. And they say it will then stay. So you would pin it. I think you would then damp it down and pin. I would pin those to there so that the petals are out. And they say it's going to stay then like that. But having never done it, I don't know whether it would all ping back when you wash it or whether it stays. From what I can understand, it's supposed to stay. So we're just working our way along here. We do have another cowl kit in work at the moment in the shop. The Sirdar one, the really bright picnic blanket one. I do keep thinking I ought to try that one as well. Now this should go along here. If we've got enough, we've done it right, then we should be able to go along here like this. So what else can I tell you that I've been doing? It's my son's birthday next week, so we will be going down. He's just started being he's deputy manager of a place in the Mumbles, which is Swansea, down by the Gower. A lot of you will know the Gower, and it's a new place that's opened. It's a hotel, restaurant, bar. Is that right? So it's his birthday next week, so we'll all go down there to see him. We'll go in a convoy, so that will be nice. So it's coming up to a busy time for us. My husband's 60 this year, so I've got a few surprises I'm trying to sort out for him. But don't tell him. I can't tell you what the surprises are because he does listen to this sometimes. So we'll have, he doesn't want a big party. He's not a big party person. He wants sausage, chips and egg and beans, and hopefully we'll be able to do it in the garden. It'll be warm enough. So we'll probably invite, we will invite all our lot, and we'll probably invite Sarah and her tribe, because they are a little tribe on their own. And we will I was going to say something then. Invite some of the other people that are around us. So you would keep going until you get to the end. Now somewhere along the line I've missed one. I think I must have missed them because they're not working out to come to the end unless it will just fit in there. So you end up, no, it's different. No, it isn't. There we go. It's flatter on that way. Maybe I've done it the wrong way round. I think I did it right. It's nicer on that end, look. It sits nice. So I don't know what I did that was different. It looks the same on the back. See, can't talk, can't talk and do this at the same time. So you that is literally how you're going to put it together. Anne is saying, well, you can read this better than I can. The jigsaw, you know, the foam mats that you get for the kids, you can pin it out on that. If you've got a bit of carpet, you could pin on the carpet and pin it out. And as it dries, it will go into, you know, form back into the things. So I hope that I've given you a little bit of an insight into all of this. It will start to fit together as you add other pieces to it. I will bring it back when I've finished it. I'm not giving up on it yet. I don't want it to be another thing that sits in my drawer not being done. So we will continue. Amazing. So there's a lily pond, what are they called? Blanket. It's being exhibited at Merthyr Tydfil in Cartha Park Cafe on the upper car park. So that's really cool. So we are well on trend. So we're on trend for making things. So yeah, I think it needs a bit of stretching there. it fitted on the other side, so I think I've started it somewhere, picked up the wrong thing somewhere. I'll frog that one and start again. Are there any questions? Is there anything that you want to go back over? I can always come back at a later date and do the frill, but it's a stitch. Gosh, you're a lot tighter than me, Anne, in your crochet. It's a stitch that you've been doing all along, so it's the same stitch as you've been doing here on the petals, and you're pretty much picking up stitches. You're going to go round it first off and put it in a single double crochet all the way around, so that you've got stitches to go into with your fans, and that's all you're doing, is you're making fans, and you've already done that, so there should be nothing there that you are struggling with. So, but if you are, please let us know, and I will try and find out the answers for you. I am going back over to the shop now. We've still got a ton of stuff to do. There's still cutting and folding, and the bins need doing. It's bin day today, and there's my lunch as well. Don't forget, I've got to have my lunch. So I will see you next week. Sean will put up when you've blocked, wash them first, then laid them out, pinned to the correct size, and let them dry. So hopefully, see, I don't know why I'm doing this. All you out there, you know much more than me. I think half of it is the fun of doing it together. So please put up what you've done on the group, as you've finished it. Put it out. Jill, I know you finished yours. If you could put a picture of yours up as well, because I don't know, did you did this colourway as well, didn't you? So especially if you've done a different colourway, I'd love to see them all finished. It definitely has pleased me. This has. So go out, finish your blankets, and keep an eye on the next crochet along, because it'll be Beth, and Beth enjoys crocheting a lot. So I don't know what we're going to do with that. Maybe I don't know whether it'll be another blanket or whether we're going to crochet along with something else. We will look into it. I will see you next week, Thursday. I might be sewing. I might find something to sew next time. So take care, look after yourselves, and have a wonderful weekend. Sarah, drive safe. Come home quick. Safe.